Clue 1. This stylized epic turns greed into an art form. Clue 2. Three men circle fortune with shifting alliances and iconic stares. Clue 3. It's famous for its music, tension, and unforgettable finale.
All right, now we're starting off easy. Famous for its music, its tension, and unforgettable finale. Three men circle fortune. Who knows? Pretty easy one. How about the name of the movie? Who knows? This stylized epic. Few movies have ever made silence this dramatic. All right, well, that is the good, the bad, and the ugly to start things off tonight. I know most of you probably knew that one.
Clue 1. This Western unfolds almost in real time. Clue 2. A lawman faces danger while his town quietly abandons him. Clue 3. It's a timeless metaphor for standing alone.
Hey, Ria. King, good to see you guys. Anyway, who knows this one? There it is. How about the actor, King? Who's the famous actor in this movie? One of the famous actors of the golden age of Hollywood. This Western unfolds almost in real time. Actually, the clock ends up being the real villain in this one. That is Mr. Gary Cooper. Mr. Gary Cooper. There he is. This one was kind of late in his career, I think. Well, hey, and welcome in, everyone. You are in the right place, because this is Dave's Hollywood Confidential, where we mix a little Hollywood trivia with some robot speed painting and sprinkle in some friendly chaos. Tonight's game is simple. 3 main categories, all Western categories, over 6 fast-paced rounds. Category 1 is the top Western actors of all time. Category 2 is the top Western-themed TV shows. That should be fun. And then category 3 is the top 20 iconic Hollywood Western movies that you got a little taste of there. Now, faces will appear, clues will drop, and your job is to beat the clock, and of course to beat each other. A quick reminder, this show runs on the chat, so do say hello so I know you're here, and or when you think you got the right answer, type it in. No bad guesses, trust your instincts and your memory. Now, tonight's show is brought to you by DavidHansonArt.com. That's me. Original art, print, and visuals straight from the studio. Please do take a look after the show. Now, all right, it's time to warm up those fingers. Eyes on the screen, because round 1 is about to start.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Alrighty, now you know the rules, robots paint, you guess, I give the clues. Top 20 countdown of the most famous Hollywood Western actors.
Clue 1. This silent-era cowboy made daring stunts and flashy outfits part of the frontier fantasy before sound ever rode into town. Clue 2. He was famous for riding a white horse and turning early westerns into high-energy adventures that thrilled movie palaces.
White horse.
Clue 3. Long before modern movie cowboys, this star practically invented the all-American screen cowboy persona.
So, we're starting off going back a ways. Who knows there, even before the talkies, Western stars? He was so famous that kids across America owned toys and comics based on him, making him the first true Western superstar. There you go. Good job. Tom Mix is correct. Very good. You know how the game is played. Let's do number 19.
Clue 1. This towering lawman kept order on the frontier week after week from the comfort of America's living rooms. Clue 2. His calm authority and steady voice defined a television sheriff for an entire generation. Clue 3. He spent 2 decades wearing a badge in one of the longest-running Western series ever made.
So, as you can see, we're kind of switching back and forth between movies and television. This guy was very famous on television. He stood up so tall that camera crews constantly adjusted angles just to keep his co-stars in the frame. I can see that being an issue. Who knows? Anybody? This is Mr. James Arness. I know he was in a couple long-running westerns.
Clue 1. This actor brought quiet intensity and emotional depth to the frontier later in the genre's life.
Yeah, you're gonna know this.
Clue 2. He excelled at playing weathered cowboys who carried wisdom, regret, and grit in equal measure. Clue 3. His Western roles helped revive the genre with authenticity and heart.
Well, so he was in the super famous television miniseries, early days of, what do you call it, cable? Satellite or cable. He once said Westerns felt like modern myths, just with dust, horses, and better hats. All right. Henry, not Henry. This is Mr. Robert Duvall, straight from Apocalypse Now.
Clue 1. This leading man often played calm, polite figures hiding storms just beneath the surface. Clue 2. His Western characters frequently wrestled with morality, fear, and sudden violence.
Now, he did both television movies.
Clue 3. One of his most famous roles helped redefine the psychological Western.
And he was in a lot of Westerns. This is going back a bit. So this one might be a little bit hard. I think the chat feed might be a little slow, huh? Well, I'll give you credit. Come in late, I'll give you credit. This is Mr. Glenn Ford. I don't know if you knew that one or not.
Clue 1. This rugged face brought menace and mystery to dusty towns and endless plains.
Just got to get him quicker.
Clue 2. His quiet presence made every stare feel like a warning shot. Clue 3. A legendary European-made Western turned him into an international icon.
Obviously now, this guy was not just a Western star. He was in lots of other movies and television shows. There you go. You got that one. See, you just got to go earlier. He spoke so little in one famous role that his harmonica practically became his dialogue. I can see that. Hey, what's going on, Jimmy? You are correct. Charles Bronson. All right, you guys both got that. Very good. Let's move on to number 15 on our list.
Clue 1. This intense performer thrived on tension, danger, and moral gray areas. Clue 2. His Western characters were often unpredictable, keeping audiences guessing.
Big star.
Clue 3. He helped push the genre toward darker, more complex storytelling.
Not John Wayne yet. So this guy was on both movies and television, and he was a big star back in the days of noir, like detective movies and that kind of thing. Any guesses? His grin could feel friendly one second, and then absolutely terrifying the next. Lots of detective movies. But lots of westerns. Mr. Richard Widmark. There you go. Number 15.
Clue 1. This athletic star brought physical power and charisma to the Old West.
Megastar.
Clue 2. He often played men caught between honor and ambition. Clue 3. His westerns mixed action with surprisingly thoughtful themes.
Now, this guy went on to star in lots of other movies after westerns were kind of passé. He went on to star in some pretty interesting movies. He did many of his own stunts, proving cowboys could fly without fire. Oh, Yul Brynner's a good guess. Paul Newman's a good guess. Those are both incorrect. This is a very young Burt Lancaster. How about that? Burt Lancaster. He definitely went on to star in some different movies, didn't he?
Clue 1.
Actors,
This fiery actor brought raw emotion and fierce determination to frontier stories. Clue 2. His Western roles often crackled with tension and personal conflict. Clue 3. He famously squared off against another Western legend in a legendary gunfight.
Now this guy's son went on to be a megastar. And I think he just passed away very recently. He was 100 years old when he passed away. That unmistakable chin could intimidate an entire saloon before he said a word. Famous for his chin. What does that look like? Spartacus! Yeah, there you go, King. It's Spartacus. Kirk Douglas. Very good.
Clue 1. This star carried a worn-down realism that fit perfectly into revisionist westerns. Clue 2. He helped redefine what aging gunslingers looked like on screen.
Another big star.
Clue 3. One explosive ensemble western cemented his place in genre history.
So once again, not only a Western star, but a film noir star from lots of detective movies. He also went on to eventually do a famous television role. His characters often felt like they'd already lived too hard before the movie even began. Yeah, it looks like he's lived too hard there. This one might be a little tough. It was William Holden. William Holden. Is that familiar?
Clue 1. This quiet cowboy carried real-life bravery into his screen roles.
This one's interesting.
Clue 2. He often portrayed reluctant heroes haunted by violence. Clue 3. Off-screen. His life story was just as legendary as any Western plot.
Yeah, so this guy was a legitimate American war hero. A war hero, come back from the war, and did himself some westerns. Oh, Robert Redford. I guess he kind of is a pretty boy, just like Robert, huh? But not Robert. This is a famous war hero, American war hero. This gentleman's name was Mr. Audie Murphy. Audie Murphy. There you go. Audie Murphy. Very good, Jimmy. Time for a quick break. Let's do a lightning round. Top 20 TV series of all time. Okay, I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. You guessed it. Alrighty, well, you got a lot of those. Those are the robots' favorite TV series of all time. Let's get back to the Western actors, Western stars, top 10.
Clue 1. This cool, laid-back presence brought a noir edge to the frontier. Clue 2. His Western characters felt dangerous without ever raising their voices.
Another noir stuff.
Clue 3. Audiences never quite knew if he'd save the town or burn it down.
All right, this guy's a big star. Big movie star, big television star, lots of cops and robbers, and lots of Westerns. He once joked that acting felt easy as long as he didn't have to stand up too fast. I don't know what that means. I think he was a drinker. Not Kevin Costner. Not Kevin Costner. How about Mr. Robert Mitchum? Robert Mitchum. You know, the Westerns go back a bit. It was a little, older stuff.
Clue 1. This star rode into the West with effortless cool and rebellious charm. Clue 2. His cowboy roles blended classic swagger with modern attitude.
He had some swagger.
Clue 3. An ensemble Western turned him into a symbol of cinematic cool.
Yeah, so he came with a pedigree of lots of cool roles. He was Mr. Cool in lots of other movies, but he was also a huge Western star. He became so popular that audiences watched him even when he wasn't talking. Yeah. There you go. Good job, King. You're correct. He's kind of recognizable too, isn't he? I love the Great Escape movie where he jumps the barbed wire on the motorcycle. Steve McQueen is correct. Very good.
Clue 1. This sharp-featured performer specialized in deadly stares and slow-burning menace. Clue 2. His rise came later in life thanks to foreign-made Westerns.
Now, this guy was almost exclusively a
Clue
Western.
3. He became synonymous with morally complex gunslingers.
So, we gotta love the morally complex gunslinger. And yeah, this guy was more or less a specialist in Western. Those piercing eyes could steal a scene without firing a single shot. Hey, very good, King. Very good. A major Western star, Mr. Lee Van Cleef. Name too, huh? Oh, your favorite? Yeah, he's a villain. He is a villain. Lee Van Cleef. All right.
Clue 1. This steady presence embodied quiet honor and frontier decency. Clue 2. His Westerns often focused on values rather than gunfire.
The only one on the list I was unfamiliar
Clue 3.
with.
One late career role became a graceful farewell to the genre.
Now, he did turn down glamorous roles because he preferred playing honest men. Oh, so he didn't like playing the villain. This guy didn't like it. He wanted to be the good guy. And I guess this is the one that I didn't know. Not that that makes it any harder. Joel McCrea, actually. Joel McCrea. Oh, okay.
Clue 1. This calm and composed cowboy ruled the screen with understated strength. Clue 2. He starred in dozens of Westerns that emphasized moral choices.
Dozens of what?
Clue 3. His collaborations with a single director became legendary.
Yeah, so he was in a lot of Western movies. He was like second fiddle to John Wayne in a bunch, I think. He made standing still look just as powerful as a shootout. And you gotta watch the little movie on this one. Careful, we might get shot. Anybody remember who this is? This is Mr. Randolph Scott. Randolph Scott. Does that sound familiar at all? Definitely recognizable though, right?
Clue 1. This actor brought seriousness and intelligence to frontier storytelling.
I think you had this one earlier, King.
Clue 2. He shocked audiences by sometimes playing against his heroic image. Clue 3. One chilling villain role became instantly iconic.
Now, this guy at the time was like the most respected actor in Hollywood. And he did play in a lot of Westerns. I guess everybody did. Westerns were so huge in the day. Through the 1950s, early 60s. Yeah. Not Kevin Costner. Hang on to that, it might happen. Not John Wayne. How about Mr. Henry Fonda? Henry Fonda. There he is. Big movie star.
Clue 1. This familiar voice guided audiences into darker, more emotional westerns.
Speaking of big movie stars.
Clue 2. His frontier characters were often wounded, obsessed, or searching for justice. Clue 3. A key partnership reshaped the psychological western.
Ooh, the psychological western. Often played wounded. Searching for justice. He proved that awkward charm could still carry a gun. Awkward charm. Now, who's the biggest actor with awkward charm? No? It kind of looks like him. How about Mr. Jimmy Stewart? James Stewart. There you go. Top
Clue
3.
1. This star embodied quiet courage under unbearable pressure.
We saw him earlier.
Clue 2. His Western hero faced danger with dignity and restraint.
This picture is when he was a little older.
Clue 3. One real-time showdown defined cinematic bravery.
All right. So lots of Westerns, lots of other movies. I'll give you the other big clue. He played Lou Gehrig in a baseball movie. Big star, won lots of awards. He barely spoke in most of his most famous role and said everything anyway. There you go. This is him a little older. Mr. Gary Cooper. There he is. He's showing us his badge doesn't exist. How about that?
Clue 1. This squinting gunslinger rewrote the rules of Western heroes.
Top 2.
Clue 2. His characters were colder, quieter, and far more dangerous.
There you go.
Clue 3. He later returned to the genre to deconstruct it entirely.
Anyway, he's number 2 on our list. A poncho, a stare turned him into a global icon. And that famous whistling. Right? Yeah. He got his career going with Westerns, right? Mr. Clint Eastwood. I think he's the only one tonight that shows up on all 3 of our lists, so watch for that. Mr. Clint Eastwood. There he is. Clint Eastwood. All right.
Clue 1. This towering figure became the very image of the American West. Clue 2. His walk, voice, and presence defined frontier heroism.
Number 1, of course.
Clue 3. More than anyone else, he shaped how generations imagined the cowboy.
Yep. We all know that this is Mr. John Wayne. John Wayne. His nickname wasn't Duke for nothing. He ruled the Western like royalty. Yes, indeed. Number 1 on everyone's list is the top Western actor, Mr. John Wayne. There he is. Yeah, enjoying the lights, the limelight. All right, we have time to take a breath. Yeah, we finally got John. But some of those were tough, right? You know, they go back a while. They definitely go back a while. All right, well, let's fire up a quick lightning round before we get into round 2, okay? Round 2 will be the television shows, but let's do one more quick lightning round. And now this lightning round's hard, so I'm going to see if you get any of them. What it is the 20 most famous Western figures of the time. So these are people that were famous in the Old West, okay? So they weren't necessarily movie stars or television stars. They were famous people from the old West days. All right. Well, so King, you got quite a few of them. Only a couple of them in the right order, though. Very good. Very good. That was Calamity Jane right there at the end. And yeah, you saw Jesse James. We saw Jesse, and we saw Butch Cassidy was in there. Yeah. Judge Roy Bean was in there. Buffalo Bill, of course. Yeah. Wild Bill Hickok. General Custer, I think, might have been in there. Anyway, quite a few of the old characters from the old West. All right, next round. Round two is coming up, and this is going to be the top 20 countdown of the top Hollywood Western TV shows. Should be pretty fun.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All right, once again, top 20 countdown of the top Hollywood Western TV shows.
Clue 1. This gritty series rides alongside a massive iron snake cutting across the frontier, where grudges travel faster than trains. Clue 2. It follows a hard-edged former soldier chasing revenge while crews battle mud, whiskey, and each other to build a railroad. Clue 3. If you remember a Western where the real villain is progress itself, this one lives on the tracks.
This one's pretty recent. It's basically cowboys versus construction deadlines. Yeah. This one's not Rawhide. Rawhide will be coming up. Do you remember this show? This was a great show. Oh, not Frontier. Not Frontier. This was a good show, though. This is Hell on Wheels. Hell on Wheels. If you haven't seen it, that's a word streaming. Hell on Wheels.
Clue 1. This show starts with a man losing everything in a public moment he can't undo. Clue 2. A former soldier wanders the West trying to prove his worth, even when every town greets him with suspicion.
Sounds interesting.
Clue 3. If you picture a loner carrying shame like a saddlebag, you're in the right territory.
This is one of two of his famous Western TV series. And the title is a warning label. And the main character spends the whole series trying to peel it off. This is going back into the day. This is way back. This is not the Lone Ranger. That's not Tonto. This was called Branded. Branded. It was very different. Very different. I remember watching it as a kid.
Clue 1. This Western follows a soft-spoken loner who makes a living tracking trouble for a price.
There's a couple of hearts.
Clue 2. He's a bounty hunter with a strict personal code and a uniquely modified rifle that's hard to forget.
Bounty hunter.
Clue 3. It's also the early TV ride that helped launch one of Hollywood's coolest stars into legend status.
Yeah, this was his biggest role at the time. And we've seen him already. He was on our top actor list. And this is the TV show that kind of launched his career. This is called Tracker. I like that name, but that's not correct. He's calm, polite, and armed like if manners came with a holster. Yeah, there he is. Steve McQueen. Wanted, dead or alive. Wanted, dead or alive.
Clue 1. This hero hides behind charm by day and a mask by night, carving justice with style.
I bet you get this one.
Clue 2. He outsmarts corrupt power with flair, leaving a signature mark that says, "You've been served." Clue 3. If you think of a caped vigilante riding a black horse before superheroes took over TV, this is your guy.
All right, you got that one for sure. Now, the funny thing is I think this picture is actually from the movie rather than the TV series. I think that might have been a robot error there. But it is the correct answer, although this might just be a colorized image from the TV show. He's basically the original dramatic reveal, and somehow the hat always stays perfect. Like mine. Yes. Zorro, of course, correct.
Clue 1. This Western lives on a hard, sun-baked ranch where family ties can be as sharp as barbed wire. Clue 2. Cultures clash, loyalties shift, and survival depends on who you trust when the dust hits the fan.
One of those Western families.
Clue 3. It's remembered for tackling frontier life with a more grounded, multicultural lens than many of its era.
Yeah. So, tackled frontier life. Oh, Yellowstone, that's a more recent one, and it's not on our list. The robots weren't a real fan. These are kind of all back in the day. It's the kind of show where a family meeting can end with someone storming out on horseback. There you go. This was called High Chaparral. High Chaparral. I think almost all of these are back in the day. I'll let you know if it's more modern. These are all back in the day.
Clue 1. This one rides into the West with a wink and a punchline instead of a showdown. Clue 2. A misfit cavalry unit stumbles through frontier chaos, parodying every Western trope in sight.
I think this was on in the afternoon when I got home.
Clue 3. If you like your dust-up served with slapstick and satire, this fort is your destination.
So a lot of slapstick comedy. It was a little funny. It was a Western. And it treated Indians rather poorly. Yeah, this was called F Troop. F Troop comedy series. It was funny. It lasted a long time. The bravest in the show is how confidently it commits goofiness.
Clue 1. This sweeping series takes its time, letting the frontier breathe like a big open sky.
This one's opposite
Clue
of that.
2. Ranch life, rivalries, and moral dilemmas unfold with an ensemble feel that made it unusually ambitious for TV.
Yeah, this is like a prime time.
Clue 3. It's the long-form Western that proved television could tell bigger, deeper frontier stories.
Yeah, so Epic Saga, it was a forerunner for lots of series in the future, but it was a Western, very popular. There were 90-minute episodes. Because sometimes a Western needs room for a little extra dust. You imagine 90-minute prime time. This was called The Virginian. The Virginian. Sound familiar at all? Virginian? No? Okay.
Clue 1. This quiet, capable drifter moves through danger like it's just another mile on the trail. Clue 2. He's the kind of hero who doesn't brag, but somehow ends up in every town's biggest problem. Clue 3. It helped cement the hour-long TV Western with a lead whose presence felt like pure frontier confidence.
I'm not sure how long this was on. I don't remember it real well. I don't think it was on that long, but the robot seemed to like it. This guy's so calm, you'd think bullets are just an inconvenient breeze. Yeah, I don't remember this one. Cheyenne. It was called Cheyenne. The name sounds familiar. Cheyenne. You know, back in the day, Westerns were very popular on television. There were a bunch of them.
Clue 1. Every episode feels like a new campfire tale told under a sky full of trouble.
I remember this one.
Clue 2. A traveling group pushes west, meeting strangers whose stories can change the journey in a single night.
Story about the trail.
Clue 3. It's the Western built like an anthology, famous for rotating guest stars and human drama on the trail.
Yeah, so rotating guest stars, drama on the trail. It's basically Frontier Road Trip, except the snacks are beans and the GPS is a grumpy scout. This one's called Wagon Train. Oh, hang on to that, King. Come. Come and sit. All right, that's
Clue
a little
1.
more modern.
This charming hero would rather talk his way out of danger than shoot his way out of it. Clue 2. Cards, cons, and clever escapes drive the action, with a grin that stays one step ahead of trouble.
Cards and cons.
Clue 3. It's the genre-flipping Western where wit is the fastest draw in town.
This is definitely a more modern one, and I think it even came back second time with the original star reprising his role essentially when he's older. It's the genre-flipping Western where wit is the fastest draw. He's the only cowboy who can win a showdown by casually raising an eyebrow. This was called Maverick. Maybe, I think they did a movie later. That's what it was. It was a TV series back in the day where they remade a movie. Okay, quick break. We're going to do another lightning round. This one's definitely a offbeat. 20 mythical creatures. You even got them in the right order. All right, let's do the top 10. Top 10 TV shows. You're going to know a lot more.
Clue 1. This epic Western feels like a love letter to the trail, beautiful, brutal, and unforgettable. Clue 2. Two legendary partners lead a cattle drive that becomes a test of friendship, endurance, and everything they believed. Clue 3. It's the prestige miniseries that reminded the world the West could still break your heart.
Kenny Rogers, right? And you remember from our list of top Western actors, Robert Duvall, and I believe Kenny Rogers. And then again, this was a mini-series, very, very popular. A book by Larry McMurtry. It's called Lonesome Dove. Lonesome Dove. Keep with the rawhide, it's coming. I swear to you.
Clue 1. This frontier town is loud, messy, and constantly one argument away from chaos.
Now this is more recent.
Clue 2. Power brokers, criminals, and reluctant leaders collide as civilization tries to muscle its way into the mud.
Like an HBO show.
Clue 3. It's the dark literary Western where the town itself feels like the main character.
So this was I think they ran for 3 or 4 seasons, and great show. It holds up under critics' scrutiny later on. Ever saw this one? It's called Deadwood. And again, I would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Hell on Wheels and Deadwood are both great streaming shows.
Clue 1. This show rides like a Western, then suddenly pulls a gadget out of its boot.
Way back in the day.
Clue 2. Two stylish agents take on villains with equal parts gunplay, espionage, and oddball inventions.
This was very offbeat.
Clue 3. It's the genre mashup that blended frontier action with spy-fi flair long before mashups were trendy.
Exactly. This has been like something that's come back since then. Think of like it was a little bit like Westworld, but not Westworld. Imagine cowboys with mission briefing. Yeah. I don't know if you never saw this, you might want to check it out. It's called the Wild Wild West. Wild Wild West, and it definitely was a predecessor of a lot of modern stuff.
Clue 1. This Western centers on a powerful family where loyalty is tested like gold in a furnace.
This is the classic.
Clue 2. A strong matriarch holds her ground, while her children face threats from rivals, outlaws, and ambition.
So you knew the Wild West one.
Clue 3. It's the ranch saga famous for giving its leading woman the kind of command usually reserved for the toughest men.
So this is all about the leading woman. She was one of the top actresses of the golden age of Hollywood, basically. She walks into a room, even the pistols seem to behave. She was quite the matriarch. This was called the Big Valley. Big Valley. Huge show. On forever. On forever. All right, King. Be ready.
Clue 1. This one is all trail dust, long days, and the kind of hard work that makes heroes out of endurance.
This is a classic picture, though.
Clue 2. A cattle drive becomes a rolling battleground of storms, stampedes, and stubborn personalities.
Okay, cattle drive.
Clue 3. It's the classic series that helped introduce a future Western icon as a young, rough-edged cowboy.
A future Western icon as a young, rough-edged cowboy. There you go. All right. Now, who is the co-star there in the picture? Name that. It looks just like her. Who's the co-star? Check her out here, too. Any guesses as to who that was?
Clue 1. This Western pairs frontier danger with the warmth of a family bond.
How about Barbara Eden?
Clue 2. A widowed father protects his son while trying to raise him with values stronger than any weapon.
I Dream of Jeannie.
Clue 3. It's remembered for a distinctive rapid-firing rifle and a big-hearted story at its core.
All right, so this is a classic too. I remember watching this all the time. It was on for a long time. And this is the former baseball star that became an actor, and he became a very famous Western actor. And he was a former Dodger baseball star. And there he is with his son. It was a cool show. It was called The Rifle Man. The Rifle. Chuck Connors.
Clue 1. This elegant stranger arrives with manners, mystery, and a job offer you probably shouldn't ignore.
I have to say I don't remember this one.
Clue 2. He's a gun for hire with a conscience, taking assignments that reveal surprising depth beneath the polish. Clue 3. If you remember a refined philosophical fixer who made TV Western heroes more complex, it's this one.
Huh. Well, so the robots like it. I don't know. He's basically a classy business card that comes with a holster. I don't remember this. But robots have it at number 4. This is called Have Gun, Will Travel. Have Gun, Will Travel. I don't think that's Van Cleef, is it? Kind of looks like it a little bit, doesn't it? I don't think it's him, though.
Clue 1. A masked rider thunders in when justice is needed and disappears before thanks can catch up.
You know this one.
Clue 2. He fights for right over wrong with a loyal companion at his side and a legend trailing behind him. Clue 3. This is the iconic hero who helped turn Western adventure into an American pop culture institution.
There you go. There he is. The Lone Ranger and Tonto. What did he used to say? He had a catchphrase. Can't remember. He's so famous that even people who have never watched still know the vibe. Masked horse, heroic entrance. Oh, hi-oh, silver away. That's what it was. Hi-oh, silver away. Saw that a few times.
Clue 1. This Western feels like a warm hearth until trouble rides straight through the front door.
Watch this one all the time.
Clue 2. A father and his sons tackle moral conflicts, ranch threats, and frontier politics with heart at the center. Clue 3. It became a primetime powerhouse, bringing family drama and the West into millions of homes.
Primetime powerhouse. That it was. So I always wondered though. So each of the boys were different mothers, and each of the mothers died. So it's like, but yet the father was a good guy. I always wondered about it. Always wondered. You know, remember it? It's called Bonanza. Bonanza. No? Okay. Number 1.
Clue 1. This town's marshal carries the weight of order on his shoulders like a permanent dust coat.
Longest running series.
Clue
ever.
2. Week after week, he faces outlaws, heartbreak, and hard choices in a frontier community that feels real.
Started black and white.
Clue 3. It's a long-running TV Western that defined the lawman archetype for an entire era.
So when we say long running, it was very long running. Longest running TV series at the time, other than a game show, I think maybe long. For any regular show. 20 seasons of keeping the peace. At that point, the badge deserved its own credit line. There he is, James Arness. And the movie, Miss Kitty. And yeah, you knew that one. There you go. You knew the number 1. You know, this is a little hard. It goes back in time, you know. But you did pretty good. Gunsmoke, of course, was the final one there. All right. So we got one more lightning round here. And this lightning round is maybe a little harder. It is the top 20 cult movies of all time. So think not necessarily popular or award-winning, but that the fans love them over time. So top 20 cult movies. Okay, here we go. And then we'll come back to the last round. Well, you knew a lot of those. You definitely got a bunch of those. Yeah, Boondock Saints. How about that one, huh? And Brazil you even got. And Room. How about Room? Yeah, that's an odd one. So anyway, you think the chat is particularly slow tonight? Is it always, a problem? Is it particularly slow tonight for some reason? What do you think? Because it makes they encourage me to speed the game up, and I think we've sped the game up a little bit. But if the chat's too far behind, it really doesn't help to speed the game up, does it? You almost need to come up with a system where there's a lag in the game or something. No, just tonight, huh? You think? Huh? I don't think it's on my end, King, but it could be. It could be a whole combination of things, right? It could be YouTube. It could be my streaming platform might be feeding the chat to me slow, or your uplink could be a little slow tonight, or it could just be a YouTube thing tonight. So yeah, 5 to 8 seconds. When we're trying to do the faster game, that makes it a little harder, right? Oh well, we make do. We make do. If Stuart was doing it, there'd be some complaints on the board. All right, let's do the last round. The last round is the countdown of top Hollywood Western movies. So I bet you get most of them. Let's get it going though. Let's see, where are we? We're over here. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, top 20 Hollywood Western movies. Bet you know most of them.
Clue 1. This modern-era Western brought razor-sharp dialogue and swagger back to the OK Corral. Clue 2. A legendary lawman and a dying gunslinger steal nearly every scene with quotable intensity. Clue 3. If you hear a southern drawl threatening chaos with a smile, you're in the right movie.
Yes. I'm your Huckleberry. Hey, Jojo. I bet you know these. Who's that? That's Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell. This is a big movie. Everybody loved it. I know. It's only been remade like 5 times. Tombstone.
Clue 1. This relaxed frontier tale pairs aging toughness with unexpected humor. Clue 2. A sheriff past his prime teams up with an equally worn-down ally to face trouble.
A little older, a little tougher.
Clue 3. It's a Western where friendship matters just as much as gunfire.
So that is Mr. John Wayne on the left, and that is Mr. Robert Mitchum, the sheriff there on the right, and they kind of team up. They face trouble. Story old as time. Yeah, this one's a little hard. Number 19 is a movie called El Dorado. El Dorado, proof that even legends can wobble and still win. There you go. Guess he's a winner.
Clue 1. This story follows an object instead of a single hero across the frontier.
An object.
Clue 2. A prized weapon links strangers, rivals, and fate through violence and obsession. Clue 3. It helped redefine how Western stories could be structured.
So yeah, this was a little offbeat for a Western. And it was actually the story of this gun, this weapon. And it followed the weapon. The real star isn't a cowboy. It's the gun that everybody wants, this gun. And it was a famous movie. Famous Western movie. At least according to robots. This was called Winchester 73. Winchester 73. I guess if you were into guns, maybe you'd be better. You're gonna know most of the rest.
Clue 1. This sweeping epic slows the West down to let nature and humanity breathe.
Sweeping epic.
Clue 2. A lone soldier's journey challenges everything he believes about the frontier. Clue 3. It reshaped how Native American stories were portrayed in Hollywood westerns.
So it did. This was the first time that Native Americans were portrayed favorably in a Western epic. Yeah, of course. You got it. It made long, quiet moments just feel as powerful as a showdown. So there you go. Dances with Wolves is, of course, correct. Won lots of awards, right? There's Kevin Costner. He made an appearance.
Clue 1. This rousing tale gathers strangers with very different skills and morals.
Very popular in the 60s.
Clue 2. A desperate village hires protection against relentless bandits. Clue 3. It's the Western that proved teamwork could be just as heroic as lone gunslingers.
All right, so this is the first big team-up movie, and it's a Western, not a war movie. But it's got some of the same guys in the roles. Yeah, you know. Who's the main star, King? You remember the guy in the front there? Who's that? You are correct on the movie. It is the Magnificent Seven. And the guy in the front, if he wasn't wearing the hat, you'd know who it was. If he wasn't wearing the hat, you'd know who it was. Yul Brynner.
Clue 1. This Western trades towns and saloons for snow, silence, and survival.
Here's the guy I used to look like.
Clue 2.
Excuse me.
A mountain man learns the land doesn't care about courage, only endurance.
Yeah, through college, I looked exactly
Clue
like
3.
that character.
It's a quiet, rugged meditation on isolation and self-reliance.
All right, so you look like me when I was in college. You remember this movie and who the actor is? There on the right. Kind of different for him. He is a mountain man. The movie was called Jeremiah Johnson, and it is Mr. JoJo Robert Redford.
Clue
There
1.
you go. You know it.
This film views the frontier through romance, memory, and myth.
Give you the 8-second credit.
Clue 2. A familiar gunfight becomes more about character than bullets.
This is kind of old school.
Clue 3. It helped define the poetic side of classic Western storytelling.
So a lot of people have said that this is actually the #1 Western of all time. But those guys are all old guys. So this is way back in the day. Even the dust feels nostalgic in this one. This was called My Darling Clementine. My Darling Clementine. Look at her go there. Looks like Dean Martin on the right, but I don't think it was.
Clue 1. This story pairs stubborn courage with an unlikely partnership.
You know this one.
Clue 2. A one-eyed lawman is hired for vengeance and delivers it with grit and humor.
This is the one he won the award
Clue
for.
3. It gave a legendary Western star his most celebrated role.
Celebrated and a winner. And yes, of course, and he was very drunk at this. Well, I don't think he was really drunk. I think he played a drinking cowboy. That's what I mean. The eye patch did more acting than most full cast. Correct. Of course. True Grit. True Grit. There he is, Mr. John Wayne. A little drinking. A little drinking. All right.
Clue 1. This Western turns a siege into a slow burn character study.
Crazy.
Clue 2.
cat.
A small group defends the law while waiting for backup that may never come. Clue 3. It's famous for its relaxed confidence and memorable camaraderie.
So nobody thought this would work because the cast was so unusual. These three guys. And that is John Wayne on the left. And then who are the two guys on the right? And what was the name of the movie? It actually won some awards, or at least it was very popular. Very popular. At one point, the movie practically stops for a song, yet it still works. This is called Rio Bravo. Rio Bravo.
Clue 1. This tight Western builds tension through conversation instead of chaos.
And that was Dean Martin.
Clue 2. A desperate rancher escorts a charming outlaw toward justice.
And Little Ricky Nelson.
Clue 3. It's remembered for moral pressure that feels heavier than any gun.
This one's been remade. This was remade in, say, around 2000. And it was very popular then. I think it was Russell Crowe in the remake. But this is the original. And again, I think it might have been an award winner. And, well, that's one of those actors on the right that we saw earlier. This is 3:10 to Yuma. 3:10 to Yuma. I don't know if you've seen the remake with Russell Crowe. But yeah. I think for sure. All right, quick. We're gonna do one more lightning round. And good luck. 20 figures. Get one. I'm gonna give you credit. We'll be back in a sec. Whoop, I'm sorry. Well, sorry about that. Those are kind of hard. You got a couple. And Bolin. There you go. I don't think that's correct, but good guess. All right. Top 10.
Clue 1. This reflective Western questions how legends are born. Clue 2. A brutal outlaw forces a community to choose between truth and myth. Clue 3. It's the film that famously tells you to print the legend.
All right. So this is an award-winning famous Western, but it does go back a bit. And it is John Wayne, and it is Jimmy Stewart. They're on the right. And the movie was called, I think this was a John Ford Western. The Man Who Shot Liberty Backwards. Does that sound familiar at all? No? The Man Who Shot Liberty Bell. All right. We got another
Clue
old one.
1. This cattle drive turns into a battle of wills across endless terrain. Clue 2. An authoritarian leader clashes with the next generation.
This isn't John Wayne.
Clue 3. It's a Western about power, pride, and control more than outlaws.
However, it is an early John Wayne. A very early John Wayne. The cows may be moving forward, but the tempers definitely aren't. So this was all about people getting mad at it. It was pretty dramatic. Very dramatic. It won, I think it won Best Picture Award. I don't know. Corral, I like that. No. But they did have corrals. It was called Red River. Red River, and John got the girl there. He was skinnier too, wasn't he? Yeah.
Clue 1. This Western explodes with violence and regret. Clue 2. Aging outlaws face a world that's leaving them behind.
I think I saw this one.
Clue 3. It forever changed how brutal and honest Westerns could be.
Yeah, so I think I did see this at the drive-in. This is slow motion, made every bullet feel like a goodbye. So they did lots of shootouts with slow motion scenes and stuff. It was like one of the first modern Westerns, I guess. I mean, the in-between years, in the 70s. This was, and it was very popular. This was called The Wild Bunch. The Wild Bunch. And the robots liked it. And number 8, I'm sorry. Number 7 coming up.
Clue 1. This operatic Western opens with silence that feels louder than gunfire. Clue 2. Greed, revenge, and railroads collide on an epic scale. Clue 3. It's remembered for haunting music and unforgettable standoffs.
So, this is like one of the Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns. I think it isn't. Maybe still qualifies as a spaghetti western, but it's not Clint Eastwood. Sometimes it feels like the score is daring the characters to move. So this was all about the dramatic Western music, which was all part of that movement, spaghetti Western movement. Once Upon a Time in the West. Once Upon a Time in the West. That sound familiar at all? No? Okay. It's all right. All right, this is a very
Clue
popular.
1. This journey traps strangers together under constant threat.
It's an old one.
Clue 2. Class, prejudice, and survival clash on a dangerous ride. Clue 3. It launched one of the biggest Western stars of all time.
So this was John Wayne's first big role in a movie. He isn't even in the picture, I don't believe. This is other actors that are in this shot. And the main character of this movie was the device that's in the background there. The transportation. This was called Stagecoach. Stagecoach. I think that sounds familiar to you, but, hard to get. All right. This is
Clue
actually
1.
more modern.
This Western strips the myth from gunslinging glory. Clue 2. A retired killer returns for money, not honor. Clue 3. It redefined the genre with regret, consequence, and realism.
So this one definitely was one of those that brought Westerns back. Like, Westerns were just gone from the scene. Yeah, there you go. And this one brought back the Western along with Mr. Clint Eastwood. I think wasn't Clint starred in it, produced it, directed it. The scariest moments happen after the shooting stops. Yeah. There he is. He is Unforgiven. All right. Top 4.
Clue 1. This story is seen through the eyes of a child watching violence up close. Clue 2. A drifting gunman tries and fails to escape his past.
I think it's another Gary Cooper.
Clue 3. It's one of the most emotional farewells in Western history.
So yeah, this movie's all about the scene that you see there in the picture, the farewell. It's the emotional farewell. And I'll try to give you, come back, there you go, doctor's in the house. Come back, Shane, come back. Gary Cooper, right? Gary Cooper. Well, Doctor, here for the top 3. Here we go.
Clue 1. This stylized epic turns greed into an art form. Clue 2. 3 men circle fortune with shifting alliances and iconic stares. Clue 3. It's famous for its music, tension, and unforgettable finale.
All right, famous for its music, tension, and unforgettable finale. Yeah. It's definitely one of the, I think it's a trilogy, isn't it? Yeah, there you go, Doctor. Very good, very good, very good, very bad, and there he is, Mr. Eastwood, very ugly. Actually, pretty bad. The good, the bad, and the ugly. All right.
Clue 1.
Speaking of
This
Gary
Western
Cooper,
unfolds almost in real time. Clue 2. A lawman faces danger while his town quietly abandons him. Clue 3. It's a timeless metaphor for standing alone.
all right. So this is back in the day. There you go, Doctor. And the clock is the real villain in this movie. A lot of tension as the clock nears striking. I knew. I knew. There you go. Gary Cooper, right? A little younger there. A little skinnier. There he is. They're all skinnier when they're younger. What's up with that? I'm kind of going in reverse.
Clue 1. This epic follows obsession across years and harsh landscapes.
Obsession.
Clue 2. A hardened man searches for family while battling his own darkness. Clue 3. It's widely considered the definitive classic Hollywood Western.
And it is number 1 on our list. It is widely considered the definitive classic Hollywood Western. One doorway shot became one of cinema's most studied images. One doorway shot. McClintock? No, it's not McClintock. But it is John Wayne. It is John Wayne. He had that part. This one was called The Searchers. The Searchers. And the robots had it at number 1. Well, Doctor, sorry you came in so late. We had quite a show tonight. Yeah. Oh, so you did have it. So King's saying that the chat's a little slow tonight. So, terrible list. You didn't care for the robots list. You know, a lot of like old school classics, King. Not really a mod. We could do modern westerns next time. We'll have our own category of modern westerns. Sorry about that. It was a little tough. The TV shows were kind of that way too, right? But I bet you like next week. You know what I got lined up next week? I got James Bond. We're going to do top Bond movies. We're going to do top Bond girls. We're going to do top Bond actors. We're going to do top Bond gadgets. It's going to be all James Bond next week. So something tells me there's only so many, right? There's like top 20. It's like, yeah, you got more than half of them. Yes. Yeah. That's another category we could do, right? Catchphrases. Great catchphrases from the Bond movies. And that would be like number 1. That would be number 1. Yeah. There's only like 25, right? So when we do top 20, you only have to eliminate the few bad ones. But it also means when you start at 20 and go 19, 18, it's tough. All right. Well, sorry the chat was a little slow. That's too bad. What do you think about the whole speed of the game thing? You know, Doctor, I haven't really talked to you about it either. You know, we sped the game up a lot. Only doing 3 clues, robot clues, gives me a chance to watch what's going on in the chat or whatever. But it all moves pretty quick. And so if the chat speed, because of technical issues that none of us can control, are a little slow, maybe speeding it up this much might not be that great a thing. Yeah, I know, but the chat's always a little slow, right? So if it's always 3 or 4 seconds, and tonight it was 5 to 8 seconds, yeah, maybe it's just a YouTube issue. Maybe there's a happy medium. Maybe we could have another 5 seconds in there of extra lag to give the answers a chance to come in or something. I can fill the dead airspace with some nonsense about how I've met the actor. I played golf with the actor. I did the sound for the band. I'm always honest. All right, guys. Well, I do appreciate you being here. I have a compilation. So if you missed little videos of all the different things tonight, I'm going to play that on the way out. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Come on time, doctor. Come earlier. All right, man. Take it easy, guys. See you next week.
Catch us live Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Catch us live Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Catch us live Sundays at 7 p.m.